Have you ever woken up with your body stiff, your lower back locked up, afraid to even move your legs to get out of bed? A lot of people don't feel that much pain during the day, but right when they wake up, on that very first movement, it feels like the body just won't respond. And the problem is that when you get up the wrong way at that moment, the pain can stick around for the rest of the day. Today, I'm going to show you what to do while you're still lying down in the first few minutes of the morning to help your body loosen up more safely before you even put your feet on the floor. A lot of people think the hardest part of the day is climbing stairs. But for many people over 60, the real challenge starts before that, right when they wake up. Many people describe this feeling as if the body were rusty. They open their eyes, try to roll onto their side, and realize their lower back doesn't respond like it used to. Getting up quickly feels risky, and any wrong move gives the feeling that everything could lock up for good. Some people even stay still in bed for a few minutes, waiting for the body to release on its own. If you've ever woken up like this too, leave a comment below so I know. And while you're at it, tell me where you're watching from. All of this has a name: morning stiffness. And it's not being dramatic. It's not laziness. And it's not just getting older, end of story. Most of the time, it's the body saying something very clearly. It's spent many hours without moving, and it needs a little time to get back into rhythm. During the night, the body spends several hours with very little movement. The joints stay in the same position for a long time. The muscles relax, and circulation slows down a bit. As the years go by, that time spent still starts to weigh more. The tissues become stiffer. The spine and hips take longer to regain mobility. And the body needs a few minutes to wake up along with us. That's why, in the first steps of the day, it's common to feel the joints stiffer, as if they were missing some oil. The muscles feel shorter, especially in the lower back, hips, and calves. And sometimes there's a feeling of heaviness in the legs, as if they take longer to respond. After 60, this tends to happen more often for a few reasons. Muscle, which is the engine that keeps the body ready, gradually loses strength over time. So the body takes longer to turn on. On top of that, small sensitivities in the knees, hips, and spine become more noticeable first thing in the morning. And there's another important detail. Without realizing it, many people start avoiding certain movements. Bending down, squatting, climbing stairs. The body learns the path of less movement. But less movement turns into more stiffness. And more stiffness makes the person avoid even more. It's a cycle. And I say this from my own experience as a physical therapist. Over the years, I've treated many patients in their 50s, 60s, or older who said exactly the same thing. During the day, it's manageable, but in the morning, everything locks up. Many arrived at the clinic thinking they had slept the wrong way, or that the problem was getting worse quickly. In most cases, what I saw wasn't a new injury. It was a body that had spent many hours still, and that needed some preparation before getting up. And this isn't just everyday observation. NICE guidelines, international references for low back pain, recognize this. After a long period of rest, like sleep, morning stiffness is common, especially in the spine. And the guidance is clear. The body shouldn't go straight from rest into sudden movements. Gentle, progressive movements upon waking help reduce stiffness. They improve circulation, and they prepare the spine to support body weight more safely. That's why, when someone tries to get up too fast, the lower back and hips aren't ready yet, and the body reacts by locking up. It's not that something is out of place. It's that the body hasn't been prepared for movement yet. Now, pay attention. Morning stiffness isn't something you should ignore when it comes with warning signs. If it lasts a long time, if it gets worse week after week, or if it comes with strong, constant pain, it's worth getting it checked out by a professional. But in most cases, the good news is this. With just a few minutes of gentle movements, still lying down, you can wake up the body more effectively, with more comfort, and with much more safety. And before I show you the movements, I want to quickly explain 3 principles. because they make all the difference for this type of exercise to actually work. The first principle is this: when you wake up, the body needs progression, not haste. You don't go straight from rest to effort. You wake the body up gradually. The second principle is control, not strength, not intensity. It's slow, mindful movement, respecting the body's limits at that time of day. And the third principle is the order of the exercises. They're not here by accident. Each movement prepares the body for the next one. That's why it's very important that you watch until the end. Exercise number 5 is the most important in the sequence. It helps integrate everything that was done before, and it prepares the body to finally get out of bed more safely. And throughout the video, I'll also give you essential warnings and guidance, exactly so you don't do anything wrong. And don't end up getting hurt without realizing it. Even if an exercise looks simple, the way you do it is what really matters. So if you can, follow the full sequence calmly. Your body thanks you when it receives the right stimulus at the right time. Exercise 1. Breathing plus. Spinal adjustment, lying down. Before any bigger movement, it's worth noticing how many people wake up. Either they grab their phone right away, staying with their neck bent and shallow breathing, or they get up too fast, still with the body stiff from the night. The problem is that after hours without moving, the body isn't ready for that impact. And this is exactly where breathing comes in. Not as generic relaxation, but as a real physiological tool. Science shows that when you wake up, the nervous system is still in a more closed, resting state. When breathing becomes short and fast, as happens when scrolling on the phone or getting up quickly, the body goes into alert mode. This alert mode increases muscle tension, reduces spinal mobility, and makes the lower back more sensitive to pain. Studies in physical therapy and neuroscience show that slow, deep breathing, done while still lying down, activates the system responsible for relaxing the body, improving circulation, and reducing muscle stiffness. In practice, this means breathing prepares the brain and muscles for movement, reducing the risk of locking up in the very first effort of the day. So, how to do it? Lie on your back in the most comfortable position possible. Place one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose, feeling your abdomen rise. Exhale through your mouth, slowly, feeling your body sink a little more into the mattress. Take 3 to 5 breaths. Now, the associated movement. After these breaths, without lifting your body off the bed, make a very gentle movement with your lower back. As you exhale, let your back press a little more into the mattress. As you inhale, just relax, without forcing. This small movement helps lubricate the spinal joints, something science shows is essential after long periods of rest, like sleep. Important precautions. This is not about lifting your hips, it's not about speeding up, and it's not about feeling pain. This exercise isn't meant to tire the body. It's meant to let the body know that movement is about to begin, safely. Exercise 2. Gentle leg movement to activate circulation. After breathing, the body is already more prepared for a slightly bigger movement, still without getting out of bed. This exercise has a simple but very important goal: to activate circulation and restore mobility to the hips and lower back, areas that often lock up right after waking. Lying on your back, bend both legs and keep your feet supported on the bed. Now, let both knees slowly fall to one side, as far as is comfortable. No need to touch the bed. Slowly return to the center, then move to the other side. Do this movement like a gentle sway, without rushing, following your breathing. Repeat 5 to 8 times on each side. Important explanation. During the night, the joints become more dry, with less movement. Science shows that light, repeated movements help spread the fluid that lubricates the joints, reducing stiffness and preparing the body to support weight when standing up. This exercise does exactly that, without overloading the spine. Precautions. If you feel any pain that travels down the leg or discomfort in the lower back, reduce the movement. Here, the goal isn't strong stretching. It's to wake the body up safely. Exercise 3. Heel slide. Now that the spine and hips have started to loosen up, let's gently wake up the legs. This exercise is widely used in physical therapy because it activates the muscles without impact and prepares the body to get out of bed more safely. Lying on your back, keep one leg extended. With the other leg, slowly slide your heel along the bed, bringing the knee toward your body as far as is comfortable. Then slide the foot back, extending the leg again. Do this movement slowly, following your breathing. Repeat 5 to 8 times with this leg, then switch. Important explanation. This movement helps activate the thigh and hip muscles, improves circulation, and reduces that feeling of heaviness or stiffness in the legs right after waking up. Science shows that activating the muscles before supporting body weight reduces the risk of overload on the lower back and joints. Precautions. Don't pull the leg with force. You shouldn't feel pain. If the movement feels heavy, reduce the range. Here, the focus is preparation, not effort. Exercise. 4. Ankle pumps. Plus, leg activation. Before sitting up or getting out of bed, there's a detail many people ignore. The legs need to be ready to support the body. When that doesn't happen, the lower back ends up working harder. And that's when many people lock up. That's why this exercise is simple but very important. How to do it. Lying on your back, with your legs extended or slightly bent, bring your attention to your feet. Now slowly pull your toes toward your body. Then push your feet forward, as if you were pointing your toes. Do this movement slowly and with control. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Now, the explanation. This movement activates circulation in the legs, wakes up the calf muscles, and sends an important signal to the brain. The legs are ready to work. Science shows that this activation improves blood return, reduces the feeling of heaviness in the legs, and prepares the body to stand up more safely. Now the add-on. After that, do something simple. Gently press the backs of your knees into the bed as if you were fully straightening your legs. Hold for 2 seconds and relax. Repeat 5 times. Precautions. Don't hold your breath. Don't use excessive force. This exercise isn't meant to tire you out. It's meant to wake up the legs before asking them to support the body. Exercise 5. Getting out of bed. The right way. Now we move on to the most important movement of all. There's no point in doing the previous exercises if, when it's time to get out of bed, you pull yourself forward or twist your torso any which way. This is exactly where many people lock up. Step by step, calmly. After doing the exercises, roll your entire body onto your side, keeping your head, torso, and legs aligned. Bend your knees slightly. Now, use your arms to push your body up while your legs come down together off the bed. Don't rush. Let your torso rise at the same time your legs come down. When you're sitting on the edge of the bed, don't stand up right away. Stay seated for a few seconds, breathing and letting your body organize itself. Now, why this matters. This movement respects spinal biomechanics and greatly reduces overload on the lower back. Science and clinical practice show that most locking episodes happen with movements that combine twisting and effort, especially right after waking up. When you learn to get out of bed this way, the body understands it doesn't need to defend itself, and the chance of locking up drops significantly. Essential warnings. If you feel dizzy when sitting, wait a bit longer. If you feel pain, go back 1 step and do the movement more slowly. There's no rush here. This exercise isn't about strength. It's about strategy, coordination, and respect for the body. Key message. This is the most important exercise because it closes the sequence. It uses breathing, mobility, leg activation, and body control, everything you did before, to turn it into a functional, everyday movement. All of this may seem too simple, and it really is simple. But these 5 minutes, done while still in bed, calmly and in the right order, can completely change the way your day begins. Instead of getting up locked up, afraid of the first step, the body gets time to wake up, organize itself, and protect itself. In clinical practice, I see this all the time. It's not about doing more. It's about doing it the right way. at the right time. 5 minutes don't fix everything, but they prepare the body so things don't get worse. And very often they already help the day start with much more comfort. Now that you know the exercises, I need to give you a very important warning that most people over 50 and 60 end up ignoring, and it's worth staying to hear this carefully. Because even when you do the right movements in the morning, some everyday factors can keep feeding this feeling of stiffness and locking when you wake up. This feeling doesn't depend only on the position you sleep in or how you get out of bed. Daily habits have a huge influence on how the body responds first thing in the morning. When a person spends many hours sitting, moves very little, or avoids certain movements out of fear of pain, the body gradually becomes more rigid. This stiffness doesn't appear all at once. It builds up little by little and usually shows up right in the first movement of the day. Diet also plays a role in this. A very inflammatory eating routine with little water and few natural foods can contribute to more joint stiffness and a feeling of heaviness in the body when waking up. There's no miracle diet, but the body responds better when it receives the basics it needs to function well. The level of physical activity throughout the week also makes a difference. Staying inactive for several days and trying to make up for it all at once usually makes stiffness worse. The body prefers regular movement in small doses rather than long periods of inactivity followed by intense effort. That's why when we talk about loosening up the body in the morning, we're not talking about just one isolated exercise. We're talking about a set of habits that together help the body wake up with more comfort, more mobility, and less fear of moving. I want to remind you of something important. These exercises and guidelines are designed to help in daily life, improving comfort and safety when moving, but they don't replace an individual assessment. Every body has its own history, and if the pain is intense, persistent, or getting worse, the ideal approach is always to seek a healthcare professional for a more complete evaluation. If you notice that this type of content helps you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Here, the goal is to share guidance based on physical therapy, designed especially for those who want to keep moving with more confidence after their 50s and 60s. Let me know in the comments which exercise you'll start doing when you wake up, and stay with me, because in the next video, we'll continue this care. I'll show you a simple sequence to do still in bed, focused specifically on people who wake up with knee pain. See you in the next video.